Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. It is Saturday, I think, and hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you're well out there. Please forgive any sounds that I make. Before the show, Retro, thank you so very much. It's very kind of you. Said a third to Jack, a third to Little Butt for a fundraiser. How's their fundraiser going? All right, please. For the record, I can get it back to you if you want, but the third for her isn't going to her. Yesterday was actually the last day to get money in for that. It went very well. You guys raised over 500 for her. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, but that is done. So no more donations for that. Just give me money. Just me. You guys are awesome. You guys have done that 3 years in a row now, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Excuse me, having trouble breathing, guys. Sorry about that. Oh my, what a week. The first show we missed was because of the weather. We had a beautiful day, you guys. It was like almost 60 degrees, and the wind wasn't like really cold or anything, which happens sometimes here in Michigan. It was just really beautiful. And then that night we got what's the word I want to horribly shit on by Mother Nature, I think is the way I want to say it. Just tons of wind. We didn't get a whole lot of snow, but we got a bunch of hail. It sounded like somebody was pelting the house for about Metal Minister. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Looks like Melanie Mack will be banned on Twitter again. We'll get to the Twitter thing in a minute. Because the Twitter thing is not what everybody's making it out to be, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, rough couple of days, but I'm happy. And I was gonna say and healthy, but that's just not. I can't say I'm healthy when I am healthy. Um, yeah, so let's jump into the Twitter thing because I'm catching up. I haven't even been on Twitter for the last several days. I think I was on for maybe an hour worth of time the other day. And so I get on there tonight after I wake up. Oh god, sleeping sucked last night. At one point, I woke up from a cramp in my calf. You guys ever get that? Oh, it's the worst one I've ever had. I couldn't even get my. What I normally do is I stand up and put all my weight on that foot so it'll stop cramping. It wouldn't work. My foot wouldn't come back down. So yeah, I didn't sleep very well to begin with, and I finally wake up. I'm like, fuck it, let's get up. Let's go see what the world looks like. And I see a whole bunch of people talking about how Twitter is going to be silencing them again. And my favorite was Mr. Timmy Pool, because Tim Pool linked an article, and let's bring up his tweet for you guys to see in all of its beautiful glory. God, this guy's a fucking idiot. I do not understand how. Wait, where's my? There it is. Says, "Uh-oh, guess I'll get banned." And he links an article that says, X quietly reinstates misgendering rule a year after Musk ended policy. Thank you, Metal Minister. Don't lie, Monk. You needed the extra time off from that long stream since this is the hardest job ever. Thank you, Metal Minister. You know what? I did think of opening with a joke about that because the last stream was the nearly 8-hour stream. But yeah, it really had nothing to do with that. My voice wasn't even sore from that. Hey, Pyrus, how you doing, man? Says just stopping by to say hi. Hello, hello. So anyway, the reason I decided to pick on little Timmy Pool here, besides the fact he's a dumbass douchebag, is the hyperbole in this tweet. Okay, I just want to point out he linked the article. It's right there. So let's actually read the article. This is the article that he's talking about. X added a section titled Use of Prior Names and Pronouns to its policies on abusive behavior sometime in late January, according to the Wayback Machine. The change, reported by Ars Technica, states that X will, quote, reduce the visibility of posts that purposefully use different pronouns to address someone other than what that person uses for themselves, or that use a previous name that someone no longer goes by. Transition. Jack, my friend, what's up? Jack, my friend, are you there? Jack, people are going to think that I'm talking to myself if they're not paying attention to the screen right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of do. No, my system's running like shit today. Sorry.
No, I figured this happens sometimes, guys, when Jack comes on. He's got to fix something right before. I mean, it happens to me sometimes too. It was just, it was a funny bit to do.
Oh yeah, that's
You,
true.
you could have sat there for like half an hour quiet, and I've been like, well,
Well,
hi.
I thought about that, but I make so much background noise that it wouldn't work.
Oh, right. All right, we're talking about little Timmy Pool getting banned off of Twitter, which
Aw.
he's not. Did you guys hear what I said? He says, "Oh, I guess I'm getting banned." He links to this story, and what does it say? Reduced visibility. It doesn't say a fucking thing about getting banned. But everybody's out there like, "Oh my god, I'm going to get banned if I call Rachel Levine a dude."
Oh, there's no need to ban you because just like in the chat, they just hide all your posts, then
Yeah.
you won't even know. They're just bringing shadow banning back.
Well, they never really got rid of it. I mean, that was part of what Musk said all along, is that instead of shutting people up completely, we'll just deboost them. We'll make it so you can't find that stuff. I hope they go back on it. I really do. I hope they're like, you know what? A dead name is not even a real thing, and the people that are misusing gender pronouns are the ones who have a wiener and call themselves a she.
Yeah.
I don't expect that to happen, but frankly, these people freaking out over this, when this article tells us it happened way back in fucking January and nobody knew it, apparently it's not really having a big effect on how they do things.
Yeah. I don't know. This whole thing is kind of stupid.
It
I
doesn't
think
make
bringing it back is really dumb, and it's probably for major
well,
egregious offenders like people that are harassing others. I would hope that's all it is, but you never know.
um oh, real quick, Dixie Rose, thank you. Here's a couple of pennies for Little Butts AHA fund. That's from the other day. Sorry that I forgot to read that at the beginning. Also, Ben, thank you. Oh no, that one we did read. And Alan, thank you. Says, "Morning, my friend. Good morning."
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Um, Also, thank you, Dixie Rose, from 3 days ago for the very generous donation. Dig in. Hope you find a comic that's worth something. I got so many comics.
Oh, I'm glad you did, man.
They had to give me a box.
Nice.
So I
Um,
had so much fun. Thank you, Dixie. That really helped out too.
I don't mind people being upset about the policy, but it's not even the same policy, because the old policy, you could get kicked off the platform for misgendering.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Babylon B. They named Rachel Levine Man of the Year, and they got kicked off for doing, and it was nonsense. I don't like the whole deboosting thing because of the way they do it, to where it's like, even if you follow them, you won't see this. It's dumb, but nobody's getting kicked off anymore. And these people crawling up on their crosses, and you're right, Jack, getting that last nail in is really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And being like, oh my God, I'm going to be a martyr for this cause. You don't even know what the fucking cause is. You're out there lying to people. You clearly didn't even read the fucking article. You just freaked out over shit that's been going on for a month that you didn't even know. That's how much it affects you. It didn't even affect you.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna get banned.
Well, I mean, they're not. It's that martyr syndrome. These guys think they're way more important than they are because they're. I don't know. It's just not that smart. Oh, thank you, Alan, for the generous donation there. It says, morning, Jack. Hope you are well. Oh, thank you. I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. We're having pretty good weather here. I hope everybody out your way is.
Tim Pool and the quartering stopped advertising on Twitter. That'll teach him. Well, the quartering got in on this too. Of course he did.
Of course he did. He's a trend hopper.
If there's some stupid ass outrage, he's gonna be on it. Christ, man. It's worth bringing up. It's worth going, hey, Elon, this is fucked up, man. This is stupid. But for them to, I guess I'm getting banned.
Well, he's a skateboarder, you know.
I know. He's totally
And he's,
hardcore skateboarder.
yeah, and he's in a rock band, I hear. I mean, that
Yeah.
makes him. I mean, if he gets a van and a dog, he's practically like hitting the trifecta of all the cool 70s stuff. Because he's gonna go solve mysteries then.
Thank you, Mighty Balzac, who says, who will be misgendering 2024? I don't know. I hope Rachel finally gets it because she deserves the title of misgendering.
What's on your hard drive, Rachel?
Now, there was also a video. I don't know that we can watch it because of how quiet it is, but it's of some, I think this is Air Force. Said, I don't know when this is from. It was just going around today, and somebody said, after watching this, I'm not real sure why the military is having trouble with recruitment. And Elon Musk responded with exactly or yes or something like that. Can you hear this?
All too often,
Yeah, it's slow because they're trying to do a fake girl voice, but
Yeah, I'm old enough to remember when men in the military had to have their hair cut short.
yeah.
But apparently now all you gotta do is put in a ponytail.
I hear leaders talk about providing everyone with dignity and respect like it's an aspirational goal.
Well, it is because you guys have changed what dignity and respect mean. You need to treat me with dignity. Suck my balls.
My dignity is the name of my feminine penis.
I'm going to change my pronouns to dignity and respect.
That's not good enough. Dignity and respect is the bare minimum.
What? I always talk about the bare minimum.
Yes.
That's the bare minimum. No, I don't have to jump through hoops for you because I don't fucking care. I don't know you. Fuck you. You are nothing to me.
Yeah, when people say bare minimum, ask them, well, what's expected then?
Well, in life, most things are the bare minimum. What is it that that would be the high gold standard? Like, is it cupping your lady balls and being like, you are a strong woman? Because I don't know. I'm tired of this shit. It's so fucking stupid and lazy.
If that's a girl, does that make his gonads labia?
Maybe. No, I think that's his ovaries.
It's the floor of where we can be. We must set our sights higher and focus on intentional inclusivity.
Intentional inclusivity. There it is, Jack. Intentional inclusivity.
Yeah, the self-righteousness and entitlement that so many people have now. And I'm not just talking about this person or this group of people. It's just such a common thing. Like, I have to be accepted. You have to treat me with dignity and respect. I don't owe you anything. I'm so tired of this sense of entitlement going around. It's getting way out of control.
Why do I owe you inclusion?
Yeah, why do you feel like you get to just join every club and do everything? Yeah, it's not how anything in life works. You have to earn it. You have to earn your position.
Because there are still far too many people out there, not just LGBTQ individuals, that feel marginalized, shut out, or discriminated against.
You know, this is what I was talking about the other day. I'm tired of hearing about your feelings. I really am. And yes, feelings can absolutely be wrong. They feel excluded and marginalized. All right, let's talk about why.
It's because you're not sitting around adoring them and calling them special every 10 fucking seconds because everybody's been raised with that crap of, oh, you're such a special little person. You're the purple penguin. You're the bestest ever. And they expect that in the real world. Like, oh, Nobody's coming around and dropping and kowtowing to you and fanning you like you're the next emperor god.
I just have to ask you, where did the purple penguin come from?
Oh, you don't remember this?
No.
About 8 years ago, they were trying to get rid of the terms boys and girls in schools.
Uh-huh.
And I was doing some subbing and this came up. And they have this thing called purple penguins. That's what they wanted you to call the kids.
Oh, dear Christ. No, I didn't know that one.
Oh yeah, it came around. It was around for a while before I ever found out about it. It's been floating around since right around the middle of No Child Left Behind era.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's been around for a while. It just never really caught on, but they pushed it for a bit. And I'm sure there's videos of like training material and stuff on it, and like packets that the teachers had to read. But yeah, they wanted us to call the kids purple penguins so that
That's retarded.
everybody felt included. Yeah, it's absolutely fucking retarded.
Wait, but I thought you had to see yourself. So if you're a purple penguin and people who are teaching you aren't purple, isn't that going to make your... Never mind. Lancelot, thank you.
This was before that. Sorry.
Thank you, Lancelot. Must be nice to have a goalpost on wheels to keep moving it back. No shit.
Yeah.
Metal Minister, thank you. As a former soldier, unit cohesion is paramount. This social experiment destroys that.
Yes.
If I can't rely on you because that's not inclusive, we all die. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to find that out the hard way, unfortunately, because our military is apparently infected with this stupid shit. And Lancelot's right. Like a goalpost on wheels is probably a great idea.
Look at what we're looking at. I mean, they don't let just your average airman have the microphone like this. There's another video of this idiot somewhere else talking, but they have their hair. It looks like that blonde chick who interviewed Jordan Peterson, the ramen-haired chick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This guy did that to his hair for a while, too.
Crimping is making a comeback. No, the unit cohesion thing is absolutely correct. That's why they used to tear people down, so they could rebuild you as a unit, get you to understand that you are not special. You are part of the team, and every one of you is important to each other. You are not special. If you have everybody that's special, like, oh my God, you can't do this to me, that you're going to die in a foxhole with that retard. And you might have to shoot them in the back.
Mr. Dax says, it's air, ma'am. Thank you. I stand corrected.
Yeah. Well, in this case, it's space, ma'am. This is Space Force.
Oh, is this Space Force? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So for all of you out there, I ask you to set out your symbols of pride.
Look at the audience riveted by this.
Share your pronouns in your email, particularly if you're a person who doesn't think they need to.
Wait a second. Weren't you just talking about being marginalized and now you're telling me that even if I don't think I need to do it, I need to do it anyway? That seems kind of like you're forcing me to do shit I don't want to do. That doesn't seem very inclusive. Shouldn't you accept me as I am?
That's not how it works. So you don't get to pick, little breeder. Everybody else, the special people, they get to pick what you do.
We're going to lose our next war just because the other side's going to start yelling the wrong gender at people.
I'm telling you, they're going to take the West Coast with just misgendering.
All they got to do is have a loudspeaker. Maybe that's what the balloons are for.
They'll cut supply lines of estrogen and testosterone injections.
All right. Space Ma'am has more to say.
Initiate difficult conversations.
I will have a difficult conversation with you if you'd like.
Yeah, it'll involve mental health.
It will involve me pointing out you're a dude with titties and a ponytail.
Spaceballs.
They used to put guys with titties on the Fat Boy program. Now they put them in a dress and put them out front for everybody to listen to.
Yeah, now they're stunning and brave.
About racial and gender barriers, and share a bit of your vulnerability in a way that draws others in.
Who's the defense secretary?
Isn't that Lloyd Austin?
Yeah, what color's Lloyd?
Black.
Is he? Because she's worried about, all of this the racial inclusion.
Did you see him testifying in front of the panel the other day?
No.
Josh Hawley. Oh my god. I'll find the clip. It's not that important, but it's enraging because Josh Hawley says, don't you think that I'll find the clip. You need to see it.
Cool.
I'll fuck it up.
Where is that? Yeah, it's Tyra. Nope, that's not the one I read. Somebody said that RJ says they have fuck, the chat's moving too fast for me to find the one I want. Rodline, there it is. Rodline's the one who said it. Says they have friends in the military. Your average soldier doesn't like this. This is coming from the top brass. Well, yeah, we know that, but unfortunately, the frontline soldier has to do what the top brass tells him to.
Yeah, they did filter out a lot of the ideological people they didn't like because of the mandatory shots, but it's still pretty fucking ridiculous.
You all have the power to take intentionally inclusive actions.
Bro, you got barrettes in. Shut up.
To ensure the multiple perspectives that we know make us stronger as we devise winning warfighting strategies get heard.
Are you making the argument that when it comes to devising wars, the best war strategy, what you really need in there is a dude who can't tell the difference between a penis and a vagina?
Yeah, I think they actually think this is a winning strategy, is diversity and inclusion.
All right, except for their diversity and inclusion is not. It's the same. This is feminism, just with its newest thing. All of these talking points are the old feminist talking points. Literally, you're not letting us in your boys' club. It's the same shit. This is what intersectionality did, Jack. They all just repeat the same stupid shit, whether it applies or not. Now, I started with those two so that we can talk about this next one because it's kind of interesting. We've discussed before, Jack, that the suicide rate amongst trans, this is something that gets talked about a lot. The 41%. And we pointed out repeatedly that that's not exactly true. 41% is not the suicide rate of trans people. It's the suicide ideation rate. This is people who've said they thought about killing themselves, not actually tried it, not even did the superficial, I'm such an angsty teen, I scratched my wrist bullshit. It's people who just thought about it. And while that should be worrying that it's at 41%, very few people have actually looked at the suicide rate. Well, the folks in Finland just did that. Now, this is
we're gonna have to bar the Finns.
It's a small study, but the long and short of it is they looked at a bunch of adolescents, and we can't get to the actual study because I'm not paying them for the full details of it.
Oh, fuck that.
But what it found is the suicide rate amongst what they call gender. No, please do not restart my computer right now. Between where is it? Gender referred adolescents. These are your dysphoric people. The suicide rate was slightly higher, Jack. It's 0.3 versus 0.1 for everyone else. However, when you add in psychiatric treatment, the gender dysphoric that got psychiatric treatment, you know what happens to that suicide rate?
Plummets.
It evens out with everyone else.
What? That's crazy talk.
It's
psychiatric
almost
treatment.
It's almost like it's a mental disorder.
What?
Now, it is a fairly small study. The total number of deaths that were looked at was only 55, 20 of which were suicide, which y'all should look into that. If almost half the people dying in your country, or in this case, 40% of the people dying in your country are killing themselves. But what it shows us is what anybody with a fucking brain can see. This is a mental disorder. Now, is that true for everyone? No, because a whole lot of the people that are claiming trans these days are doing it just based on their peer groups. There is a social contagion going on. It's the same nonsense, Jack, that we've seen with the emos, right?
Yeah.
You guys just don't understand my pain. And there's what, 4 emos left in the world?
Emo Phillips, I think he's still alive.
Thank you so much, Spartan John. First time I've caught you live since going to day shift. Half to Little Bits AHA fundraiser. Back to the beginning. Thank you for that double feminist $12.
Day shift? What do you want to do that for? Ew. Dealing with like normal people? Midnight's when all the crazies come out.
No shit. Just a reminder, though, guys, the fundraiser has stopped. It stopped yesterday. I wasn't on the air, so I didn't get a chance to tell you guys. Let me know. I can return that too if you want. If not, I'll spend it. But please, no more donations for Little Butt. That's done. That is done.
I was wrong. It wasn't Josh Hawley. It was Matt Gates.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, the nonsense that this needs to just be normalized, which is what that Air Force or whatever space cadet wanted us to think. We got to normalize this. What you're talking about is normalizing a mental illness. We don't do that with any other mental illness. We don't go, hey, that schizophrenic over there doesn't need to be on medicine. You need to just accept him screaming at you as you walk past him as he throws shit at you.
Yeah,
that's just his gender.
That's how he identifies. And he identified you as a gang stalker. So there you are.
Yeah, this is insane that we're treating a mental illness as though it's something we need to be affirming. That makes no goddamn sense.
Again, most of the people we're seeing, like the person on the screen that we were watching, I don't think has gender dysphoria. I think this is attention seeking. Monkey got muted.
Yeah, that one wasn't even me.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the same with Rachel Levine. Rachel Levine, I do not believe for a minute actually thinks they're a chick or that they were born in the wrong body. Now, there's an account, and I wish I could remember it. I meant to share it, and I forgot to. But they do this segment on Twitter where they call it, what is it, transgender in their own words. And I was watching through it, and because they put together a compilation of a lot of their videos, because they do like a little 1-minute video. And something becomes really apparent with some of the ones that they read. As much as this is a mental disorder for some, it's also a sexual fetish for others. They actually have the term euphoria boner for when somebody treats them like a girl.
Yeah, it's not dissimilar to transvesticism.
Yeah.
But we're not allowed to talk about that anymore. Real quick though, let me grab this. Thank you, Spartan John, for the very generous donation. Literally just finished the full workday stream you were on, and I'm curious about how the dollar boxes were. Also, I traded crazies on midnights for stupid people on days. Ugh. Yeah, see, that's not a fair trade-off, because crazies, you don't know what's going to happen. Dumb people are kind of predictable. You know they're going to find the stupidest possible response to any situation. Like, oh, I'm in a burning building. I'll sit down and wait for help. You know? So it's not a fair trade-off. Crazy is totally unpredictable. Always an adrenaline rush. Always interesting. Usually terrifying. Stupid people, you're not allowed to hit them anymore.
No.
So how are you supposed to deal with that shit? I have no patience for that anymore. But the dollar boxes were so awesome. I ran out of money, but I got a full I got a short box, which is about 300 books full of comics. I spent way too much money, but they gave me this great deal, and I cannot wait to go back, because the comic shop guy told me that they have 4 long boxes in the back still waiting to go out, and they have to clear out the 4 that they already put out. So, oh, like I have such a bargain shopping boner. It's just sad, honestly.
In chat, not Alfred. Another guy V says it all started with Alfred Kinsey in the 50s. All the gender stuff came from him. That's not true. It started with John Money. John Money predates Alfred Kinsey by what, 10, 20 years? I forget exactly. A few years before Kinsey. Kinsey just popularized it, and with his the human sexuality or whatever.
Yeah.
Dumbass book was.
These degenerates have always been just under the surface. Now we're popularizing them.
And you could even make the argument that it starts even before that with Freud. I mean,
oh yeah,
the girls just all want a penis.
Yeah,
no,
it's really disturbing because these people find their way into positions of power by cunning and guile.
Yeah.
And now it's just transgenderism is what they're latching onto. Most of these people do not have gender dysphoria. They have other underlying mental issues. Because gender dysphoria is very, very, very rare. And it's crippling. That's actually something that is medically diagnosable. What these people have is some sort of attention seeking.
You even had a push there for a while where they were like, I don't actually have to have dysphoria to be transgender. They don't say that out loud as much anymore. But I mean, that's a real thing.
Yeah, because they know that they're parasitically leeching onto another thing. What?
Another guy says, I'm only aware of Kinsey and his 2 reports. We just introduced this poor bastard to John Money.
Oh, God, that's a rabbit hole you're going to really regret. And you're probably going to hate us for, but you need to know.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Freud, real quick, wasn't Freud the sleep with your mother guy? Yep.
Yeah, he had a lot of stuff he made into psychosexual stuff. That dude had some real issues he needed to work out, like most shrinks.
All right. If I'm remembering correctly, there's a massive correlation between gender dysphoria and autism. Well, what they call autism, sure. But the biggest thing right now really does seem to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Adolescents looking for a place to fit in.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get up to, what is it, 20% is what they said in that one study where they asked high school students, do you identify as male, female, or something else? 20% of them is something else, even though all indications we have is that trans people are less than 1% of the population.
Yeah. And now it seems like it's some exponentially growing thing. Like, oh, no, we're all trans now. No, we're not. Stop trying to make this a thing because you're narcissistic or some kind of self-loathing and you desperately want attention. That is not transgenderism. That's just you trying to latch onto a group. And we see this a lot. Look at the people that we're talking about. How many of them are slightly overweight or very, very average looking, very forgettable, uninteresting people?
Rogue Thought says, Matt Walsh's What is a Woman doc covers the money history of this madness. Yeah, it's a surface level still. I mean, he does a decent job, but there's a lot more to John Money. I really do suggest looking into this guy. And you'll look into some of the stuff he said and be like, holy shit, that's today.
Yeah, I think unfortunately what's happening today is people with actual gender dysphoria are getting lumped in with people with other mental issues. And that is a very, very dangerous thing for society.
I think that what's happening today is that somewhere along the line, the Mengele of psychiatry got in there and changed the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. Because I mean, Mengele was a doctor, but he was an evil fucking genius at the same time.
And yeah, they're literally just experimenting on people. Speaking of experimenting on people, Jack, we got to change subjects. This one was brought to my attention by the audience, Jack.
Oh.
Don't get mad, YouTube. This comes from the CDC, okay?
Oh, no.
You
What
can't be mad at me for what the CDC says. It's official. We can pretty much treat COVID like the flu now. Here's a guide. Frankly, they're wrong about that. I know I'm going to get in trouble for that, but with the flu, you really do need to be making sure you're washing your hands and stuff. They found out pretty early on, although it took them for a while to actually announce it to the public that stuff doesn't actually work. Very early on in this, there was a doctor who was on with what's his name, Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan asked him about the hand washing thing. And the doctor was, you should be washing your hands. But as far as COVID's concerned, it's really like a security blanket. It's something people do to feel better, but we have no indication that it actually helps with COVID. And pointing that out, people got pissed, including some of our own audience. But when it comes to the flu, that actually does help. That's shown.
Well, that's why the flu was reduced so heavily over that time span. No, I'm all for telling people to wash their hands anyway, because too many people are a bunch of grossy josies and don't wash their hands after they go to the bathroom. And we have to beat it into their head that that's not acceptable. You sickos.
The thing is, I'm not against washing hands. I'm against bad information. And if you're out there washing your hands and scrubbing them and going, I'm not going to get COVID because I washed my hands, that it has nothing to do with it. There's no correlation. Thank you, Metal Minister. The countdown for the added context link begins.
Yeah,
I didn't put it in the title or description or tag, so it won't pop up. Where is it? COVID-19 is still an important public health threat, but it's not the emergency that it once was. Well, who'd have thunk?
What?
You should now follow the same precautions with COVID that you take with the flu, according to new guidelines from the CDC. That means staying in home until you've gone at least a day with no fever.
Did they run this by the pedophiles of the teachers' unions?
I doubt it. Do you guys know why you wait till your fever breaks?
Because when the fever breaks, stop being contagious.
Yes. Remember, these are the people who told us you could spread COVID even if you didn't have any symptoms, which, by the way, still has not been proven. The source of information on that is specious at best. It is let's call it light. Very, very light.
My witch doctor said that that's how it spread, and he was dressed like a plague doctor at the time. So I double trust him. How about that, Mr. Evidence?
Take other precautions for the next 5 days, including wearing a mask and limiting close contact with others.
Yeah, my mom.
Yeah, asymptomatic super spread. Yeah, the asymptomatic shit was just to scare people. The asymptomatic stuff was mostly about children.
This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Because they don't have the myocarditis.
Except for in the vaccinated, yeah, if you're young and got a shot, you probably never should have had. Good luck. What about long COVID? Well, I'm still not convinced long COVID's a thing.
What? Excuse me, I have 13-inch COVID. I'm the John Holmes of COVID.
Unless you're black, then it's the long dong silver of COVID. I'm a fan of Justice Thomas. It was funny watching Taylor Lorenz the other day outside in the outdoors with her mask on, talking to Chaya. Lives a TikTok, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when she went to a thing with a whole bunch of trans people and liberal women in Hollywood, including what's that guy's name that held up no, it's a chick. Kathy Griffin held up the thing of Trump, the Trump head.
Yeah.
She's there. All of them were unmasked. They were indoors, and her long COVID wasn't an issue there. But outdoors,
lucky.
What?
Much like Obama's birthday party. You are talking about sophisticated people. They don't get the COVID. Haven't you
Right.
ever read Mask of
Wait.
the Red Death?
But no. Taylor has COVID. She has long COVID.
She has a throbbing COVID. Ooh. I got a raging COVID.
Isn't long COVID when you die from it?
I don't know. These people just make shit up. Like, yeah, pay attention to me.
Oh.
I got the long COVID.
Legit Low Talker asks, has anyone heard how Nuts is doing? She's home. She said she's feeling better and she's home. So
yes, and we are all glad to see that.
Absolutely.
I was a little worried about her, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we'll talk offline.
Okay.
She was sick, and yeah, I was worried. I really was. I'm glad she's okay. That's why I was really happy to see her in chat the other day.
I don't like hearing that the audience members are in the hospital, because that you guys are important to us. We talk to you almost every day. Like, we interact with you all the time. So when you say I've been in the hospital, that, you know, it's like one of your coworkers going, you know, these are people you know.
Yeah.
At least on some level.
And unlike a lot of my coworkers, I like our audience.
Right?
My old coworkers, you're my only coworker now. Unlike my fucking coworker. No, I mean when I had a job. No, check side chat there, Jack. That's why I was worried. Plenty of America has dropped COVID testing and isolation periods long ago as the virus became more routine. And we were told we were wrong for doing so. Does everybody remember my prescription for solving this? I said we should all have
parties.
Yeah, we should have COVID parties like we used to have when I was a kid, chickenpox parties.
Yeah.
Because most of us are not susceptible to, you know, the death side of it. And it'd be better to get our immune systems ready for it. And they're like, no, what you got to do is lock yourself in a home. Don't buy any seeds if you live in Michigan until the governor needs to rake her lawn at her second house.
Yeah, you can't do yard work where you're not dealing with anyone.
Yeah, and then the bitch, she tried to come out and say, we did not ban the sale of seeds. No, you literally banned people from going into where they were sold.
Yeah, you banned the sale of everything but food and diapers, you bitch. I never understood that. Like, you can't go in this aisle. You might get the coof.
Tear says, I remember chicken pox. It wasn't bad, to be honest. Occasionally, kids do die from chicken pox. It's a very small amount, Jack.
Yeah, they're more likely to die of measles.
Yeah, but they decided we had to cure chicken pox, and I don't know how I feel about that. It feels like something unnecessary, but I guess if your kid died of it, you'd be like, no, it's necessary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look, I'm all for the elimination of diseases. That's fine with me. So
yeah.
I had it real bad for like 2 weeks. I was laying on the couch because I was sick the day the Challenger exploded. I saw it live on TV because I had chicken pox at that point. So yeah, I laid on the couch for like 2 weeks and cried and whined a lot, and my mom was ready to strangle me, I think. So I think that's why, is to prevent parents from murdering their kids. But
perhaps.
Also,
I said perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes kids are annoying. I don't know. I don't have any. They just go away. You're bothering me, son. Thank you, Evolved Potato, for the donation. Appreciate that, man. Did you guys see Fang Fang's boyfriend asked Hunter a lot of softball questions just to try and insult Trump? Yeah, because he's a retard. Because it was funny how all the Democrat shills were making such a big thing about it.
I forgot he was going up there. We'll have to do a show.
Yeah, we should cover the Hunter Biden stuff.
Yeah, should absolutely cover Hunter. I did see today that our old friend Ed Krasenstein.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That fucking retard. Scribbles brought this one to my attention, where he decided to get smart. That, like the Krasensteins do, Jack. He had a thought, and it really amuses me when these two try thinking. For those of you, like I say, Ed Krasenstein, you're like, well, he's talking about two people. For those who don't know, Ed and his twin brother Brian, they're a couple of, well, let's call them grifters because that's what they are, and they say some of the stupidest shit. So let me make sure I have it pulled up all the way, not just the shortened version, because X allows you to type more than that, but it'll only show you the short version. To everyone who keeps saying that Hunter Biden wasn't qualified to be on the board of directors of Burisma to help with corporate governance and transparency, even though he was on the board of Amtrak and other companies and worked for a major bank and law firm, can you explain to me what qualifications Shaq has to be on the board of directors of Papa John's? You see, the board of directors of companies are made up of people of diverse backgrounds. Shaq isn't an expert pizza maker. He's a former basketball player. Two things. One, Shaq's no longer on the board. The reason this is even in the news is because he from there.
You ducked out that last part.
Say down. That's why he's in the news. So it's not like he's even on the board anymore.
Oh.
However, there is a good reason he was there. Chaos One, thank you. Twitter was just upset about continually being dead named. Well played.
I didn't even think of that. That's funny.
Shaquille O'Neal owns 9 Papa John restaurants. He owned them before he became a board member.
Yeah, well, he was on the board for years. I knew that's not new, but
Brian,
who cares?
What qualifications?
He invests his money smartly.
He's not a pizza expert. No, but he owns like almost 200 different franchises, Jack. The Papa John's, his 9 Papa John's restaurants is small. He owns like, what was it, like 20% of, is it Five Guys? I forget which one it is, but this motherfucker, he's a businessman. He went to school for business.
Yeah, and he's gotten a lot of good investment advice over the years from people like Warren Buffett. And he, because I remember him telling the story, I think it was Warren Buffett he talked to, and he said, what do I do with my money? And they said, look, you're going to go broke the way you spend money. What you need to do is get a financial advisor and then invest a lot of your money and, buy real estate, buy businesses, and hire people to run those things. I guarantee you, Shaq's not down there like micromanaging everything on the store level. He's got people that do that shit. You hire qualified people and you have them run it. He doesn't have to do most of this stuff.
No, you make the big decisions at the top, almost like a board would. The idea that this is comparable to Hunter, who had no experience in the energy sector. And the only reason he was brought in, it wasn't for, what is this, corporate governance and transparency. It's not what he was brought in for. And they even said that's not what he was brought in for. He was brought in, by their telling, to help deal with American government.
Well,
thank you, Frosted. Frosted Glass, thank you. 20% of Five Guys, so one guy then. Don't quote me on Five Guys. It might be a different franchise. I don't remember now. But yeah, there's one of those companies that does franchising that he owns 20% of the existing stores. What does he know about a business that franchises out? These guys are retarded. Thank you, Dark Conservatarian. Off topic, but what is you guys' favorite game in the Command and Conquer franchise? Mine is either Yuri's Revenge. Whoops, it scrolled up too far. Or CNC 3. Haven't played Kane's Wrath. My favorite was Generals. I had so much fun in Generals. I liked Command and Conquer 3 until we get to the alien invasion. The red alerts were fun. I didn't play Tiberian Sun was actually pretty good too. That's one of the first ones I ever played. I played the original and then I skipped a few years and my father-in-law got me the big box set of Tiberian Sun. That's all nonsensical. But yeah, my favorite is just Generals. You ever played CNC?
Yeah, played a couple of them, but I don't remember what the titles are offhand. That was 20 years ago, 15 years ago at least. I mean, you're
Yep.
talking like 2003. I don't remember much from that era.
Somebody was kind enough to give me the remaster, and I was playing Red Alert a few months ago.
I did play Red Alert. That one was really fun.
I'm sorry, not Red Alert, the original CNC remaster.
Oh,
And
nice.
because of that, I did play Red Alert. I didn't finish playing it. I have finished them all before. I never finished 3. I got so pissed off with all the alien shit, I just stopped playing because I didn't care anymore.
I looked up franchises that Shaq owns.
Yeah.
Here we go. He owns he has 5 Guys. He bought and sold 155 Five Guys restaurants.
Okay, so maybe he doesn't own them anymore, but yeah, at one time he
Yeah.
had 20% of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think he still owns 10% from what I just saw. Papa John's, which we just talked about, he joined the board in 2019. 24-hour fitness centers, he has 40 of those. Krispy Kreme, why not? A place called Big Chicken Restaurant. Auntie Anne's, he has 17 of those, the pretzel place.
Mm-hmm.
And he owns 150 car washes. He also has invested in Lyft, JCPenney, Gold Bond, Icy Hot. Icy Hot's fucking awesome, especially the lidocaine. Oh my god, I use that shit all the time because I'm old. General Insurance, the
Oh yeah, he used to do commercials for them.
Yeah, he's invested in them. Forever 21, which is gone now, I think. Reebok, Barney's New York, Aeropostale, Shaq, obviously. Ring, the doorbell people. Vitamin Water, which 50 Cent made a killing on. He made like $3 billion on that. Google, Pepsi, Apple, Sacramento Kings, Cityplex 12 movie theaters, esports, Spider, and Tap Out.
Yeah. What the hell are they doing putting this guy on a board of directors?
Yeah, I mean, oh, by the way, he also has interest in the celebrity likenesses of Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, Muhammad Ali, David Beckham, and Julius Erving.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dr. J. You don't even see Dr. J around anymore.
Baby Shaq's like, no, Irving's not good enough for you. Sorry. He's too good for you.
Besides making fun of this retard Krasenstein, I wanted to highlight this one because I see it a lot where people are like, these things are remotely similar. Why does it happen? They're not even close to the same. Yes, they were both on boards of directors, and no, Shaq didn't start a pizza business. He bought one.
Yeah.
But the dude, it's not like he's had no experience and his dad happened to go over there with him and suddenly he got a job with his daddy being the vice president of the United States with a company that was trying to suck up to the government of the United States.
Sorry, Brandon, we made you hungry. Retro makes a good point. It sounds like Krasenstein is saying that black man can only be a basketball player.
Yeah, it really does. Shaq is one of the smart ones. He got out of the business, and like you said, he talked to. I think you're right that it was Buffett.
Yeah, I want to say it was Warren Buffett because Shaq is not a stupid person.
No,
and
he sounds dumb.
Yeah, he sounds kind of dumb, but he actually is a really smart dude.
Yeah,
and he talked to somebody who knew stuff that he didn't know, listened carefully, took the advice, and got a financial planner and invested his money wisely. Yep. You don't see him paying off a bunch of stupid bullshit like baby mamas and all this because maybe he bangs a chick and buys him a car or something, but he's not out there like having lavish parties and getting himself arrested and doing dumb crap all the time. No, he was good with his money. Somebody, maybe a financial advisor, gave him great advice, and now he is incredibly wealthy.
Yep. And that's what I'm talking about him being smart. A lot of these guys, I mean, I don't know if they still do it, but HBO used to have their sports show, and they would always do that segment like, where are they now? And half of them were homeless.
Yeah. or they're doing like local car commercials and they're car salesmen.
They have
Like,
a car dealership. Yeah.
yeah, they don't even own it. They just work there. It's really sad what happens to a lot of sports people. They do not save their money at all. They just piss it away. They're like lottery winners in that respect.
Yeah, it's true. It is. And it basically is found money because of how much they get and how at what age they get it. I mean, you're giving millions of dollars to, if you're talking basketball and baseball, 18-year-olds. If you go to the NFL, 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they have no idea how to deal with it. It was so bad the NFL did finally start going, hey, yeah, you new, sit down. We have this financial literacy class for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And Shaq does a really smart thing where the things he invests in, he promotes.
Yes.
Because he's using his celebrity wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reynolds does that with Mint Mobile because he owns that.
Oh, he does
I
it
don't know
with
if you've ever seen-
yeah. With that, he has his vodka company.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I
what
always
they
remember
did-
Dan Aykroyd with the vodka.
What they did with Wrexham, the Wrexham, what are they, Dragons? I forget the name of the team, but the Wrexham soccer team that they bought. Yeah, I'm buying this. Hey guys, it's me. I like this thing. Come check it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like look into this because I'm famous and you love me. I'm adorable. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's just smart, but not smart. Well, I guess he's kind of smart now. Eric Adams is calling for, if not an end to sanctuary city status there in New York, a redressing of it.
Yeah. He's still not going far enough, but he's trying. I think they're desperate. New York is bleeding money because of these illegals.
Yeah, I saw somebody say that it's a lack of compassion. These people are all going to die. I'm paraphrasing, but not by much.
I am required to have compassion for felons that broke into my country.
Hey, they just wanted a chance at a better life.
That's a them problem, not a me problem. I got my own problems and I pay taxes here. And I pay a lot in taxes because I'm self-employed and they fuck me over every year.
Yep. Get out of our country. The reason that Eric has changed his mind, remember, Eric comes into office pro-sanctuary. Yay, sanctuary cities. You guys just don't care. Oh, whoops. Turns out that's a bad idea. We couldn't foresee the issues this might cause. Fucking idiots. But at least he's changing his tune a little bit.
Did you see they dropped all the charges on the guy that flipped off the cameraman after he got released from beating that cop?
No, but I'm not shocked.
Yeah. When you're a sanctuary city and you have no bail, you're going to end up with a whole bunch of crime. You know why? Because they know they can beat people with impunity, rob them, rape them, kill them, whatever, and you're just going to cut them loose, and then they can flee.
Rodline said, how do we get to a point where the government cares more about illegals than the citizens?
Because we have elected collectively, not me, people that hate this country and they don't care about you because they think you're a white supremacist colonizer. And since they're in power, they're going to fix the system. And this is how they fix it. This is nothing they haven't said they're going to do.
This is going to sound conspiratorial, but hey, Jack, you remember when George Bush was running for president?
Yes.
George W., not his daddy.
Yeah.
Do you remember the big push at the time of how much we have to pay attention to Hispanic votes? We got to do Hispanics, the Hispanics. It's the same stuff they always do. They've decided it's propaganda is what it is. They're like, we need more Hispanics. Why? Because they're going to vote for us. And the Republicans, in this case, it was George Bush, where it finally blows up on the national stage, is like, I'm going to take the Hispanics from them. And suddenly Hispanic becomes the only thing they cared about for a while. And these idiots who don't pay attention to how Hispanic people actually vote or what they actually care about were like, you know what'll get them all on our side? Say that the illegals are going to get rounded up. Like, yeah, but they don't like the illegals. Yeah, but tell them they're going to get rounded up with them, like Born in East LA. You remember that movie?
Yeah, I haven't seen that in ages.
With Cheech Marin. Yeah, it was a propaganda push to increase the Latino population in the country.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have to legalize all these people. We need the votes.
And remember, they don't even need the votes. You get enough people in the Austin area, and you get a whole nother seat in Congress.
Yeah, but you got to sell it somehow.
Yep.
And this is disgusting.
The long-term goal is the vote. The short-term goal is just having them here because we don't separate when we count the census.
Well, leave it to the Democrats to redo the 3/5 rule, right?
Mm-hmm. And remember, Trump tried making it so that there was a differentiation between citizen and non-citizen on the census. And who stopped him from doing that? The Democrats. They sued him like, you can't do that because then we might not count those people. They shouldn't be counted when it comes to representation. They're not Americans. Mehdi Hassan is starting a new media company, Jack.
Why?
Well, because he was fired. Well, he wasn't fired from MSNBC. His show was canceled back in December. And when his show is canceled, he's like, I'm not working for you guys anymore. So it's kind of like, you're fired. No, I quit. His bullshit takes are so bad. MSNBC got rid of him. And he's like, people want to listen to me. Hassan vows to cover Trump legal cases differently. We will stop this charade. I like saying it's charade or charade because charade just sounds too American. Charade makes me sound all elite and fancy.
I knew a guy named Sherrod.
I bet it was spelled with an SH though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Former host Mehdi Hassan vowed Friday that his company will cover the former president's legal woes differently than media has thus far. We will stop this charade that this is a legal story. Dun, dun, dun.
Woo.
Like you and I both worked in cable for many years, you longer than me, Hassan told Chris Cuomo. There's some great legal analysts, some great lawyers and prosecutors on air. Many of them are friends of mine, but I think it's a mistake to frame this story as a legal story. There's a whole bunch of people who are mad. There's a whole bunch of people who are mad because the Supreme Court agreed to hear the immunity case that Trump is trying to make.
Yeah, well, they probably should. This is an issue that does need to be resolved.
Well, the thing is, the people who are mad about it are going to like the outcome of this case. The Supreme Court is going to shoot down this immunity argument. They are.
Well, probably. They might give him like a limited immunity.
Because while you do have to be able to make mistakes within the job, you can't commit crimes within the job. Those are different.
No, I think they're going to finally give actual borders to the immunity clause because there's a lot of lack of definement there.
But Meady goes on to say, that they only heard it because, where is it? The Supreme Court, which is a conservative majority, which has perhaps 2 stolen seats.
Oh!
Okay, all right. Even if we took the stolen seat argument, that would be Merrick Garland not getting voted. Who would the second one be?
There was somebody else. Oh, probably Ruth Bader Ginsburg or so. I don't know.
But that wouldn't be a stolen seat because she died under Trump, so he got to replace her.
No, she was a lefty, so you have to replace her with another lefty. That's how they think. Equity.
Perhaps 2 stolen seats. No, even by your own definition, there's only one, and that one wasn't a stolen seat anyway. The advice and consent of the Senate doesn't mean that they have to vote on them. They can go, nah, bro, which is what Mitch McConnell did. It's one of the few good things Mitch McConnell did.
Real quick. Thank you, Frosted Glass. It sure was easy for Quasimodo to hold up that one gypsy and shout, "Sanctuary!" But when there's a line of them stretching 18 blocks, he's eventually have to go on the kick V train. Yeah, well, you need to kick them all out.
Yeah, when this comes down to the Supreme Court, I have no doubt it's probably going to be a 7-2 decision on the immunity. And frankly, it should be a 9-0, saying no, the president doesn't have that kind of authority. That doesn't mean Trump should be charged with what he's being charged for. But
Yeah.
what he's claiming is that he has blanket immunity, like he's from some other country and got diplomatic immunity. He doesn't. Now, we've always said, while he's in office, you can't throw him in jail and stuff like that. And even that, I disagree with. I think, the president pulls out a pistol and shoots somebody on TV, we should probably arrest him.
Depends on who he shoots.
Okay, it's not self-defense; it's just plain out murder. He should probably throw his ass in jail.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
but they're all out there like, oh my God, the legals. It's the end of legality as we know it because they're hearing this case. Seriously, they're going to side with them. They really are. Mark my words, 9-0 or 7-2. 7-2 is what I'm going with. I think Thomas and not even Alito. What's his name? The guy who did get in there instead of Garland. Fuck.
Kavanaugh?
No. Shit. I can see his face. I can't think of his name.
Barry White?
No, that's me.
Of course.
Hey, baby. Did you see the YouTube music folks get fired?
Yeah. I posted about it and fucking retards.
Frosted Glass, thank you. Just because KBJ is black doesn't mean she stole the seat. That's true. Tiny Brown Jackson, and it's actually kind of racist for Media San to suggest the black woman stole something. Now, I don't know how well we'll be able to hear it because this, again, it's Twitter. They really do need to work on their sound issues. But this is a guy.
Sound issue.
He's from the Alphabet Workers Union. He works there at worked there at YouTube Music. And he's in front of the Austin City Council where they are listening to him whine about how Google won't work with them.
Why is he wearing the Death Star?
Because they're
union.
They're union. And just like the stormtroopers, they're about to get screwed by the leaders. The what union? The Alphabet Workers Union. It is a Google union.
Alphabet is the parent company of Google.
Alphabet Incorporated, yes. And so a few months ago, this goes back to mid-2023. I want to say in May it became official. They decided to unionize. The YouTube Music specifically, there's 49 people who work there, Jack. 41 of them voted to unionize. The other 8 didn't vote. And so they got into the union. And Google was like, we don't care. I'll explain in a minute, but let's watch the video because it's kind of.
So to be supported by the city of Austin and also our allies in the labor community, give us the motivation to keep this fight
Not to
going.
interrupt, but they just laid us all off.
Oh,
Yeah, they just laid us all off.
I guess we just all
Our
got
jobs are ended today, effective immediately.
Aw, that's horrible. I don't want to see anybody lose their job.
Horribly predictable.
Let's talk about the reality of the situation, though. What really happened is these people didn't work for Google. They work for a different company that Google contracts out the work to. And the contract came up. It was over.
Yeah, that's why Google didn't give a crap about this. They're like, all right, well, just ride it out and then not renew their contract.
Both the Google and the company that they actually worked for said, yeah, the contract ended. And these idiots, what they wanted is the courts to be like, you guys have to keep them employed. Google has to work with them with a contract. Google didn't have a contract with them.
And on top of that, this is stupid because by all accounting, Alphabet and Google are the best companies to be working for like labor rights, perks on the job, pay, that sort of thing. These people just shot themselves in the foot. They probably could have got the contract renewed if they had it unionized.
Probably. And Google was just like, you guys are unionized. We can go find somebody else who can do this shit.
Yeah. And these dum-dums shot themselves in the foot for what is arguably the best job they will ever have.
And it's funny. I have no sympathy for them. I really don't. Stop
No.
thinking that unions are going to help you, especially when it's a union for a job you don't even have.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Unions aren't as effective as they used to be. They don't do much for the employees most of the time anyway. So unless you're a union rep, you're not going to get much.
Unions
So
do a
fucking
lot
idiots.
for the union boss.
Yes. The upper management in the unions get a lot of perks, but
They really do. All right, I want to switch topics slightly, Jack. Do you know what Sweet Baby Inc. is?
a group of pedos?
I'm going to say yes, but no.
Oh, because I mean that's a creepy fucking name.
This is the
Sweet
thing.
Baby.
It's a thing that's blown up because okay, so Sweet Baby Inc. They work with video game companies.
Oh, okay.
They're not a video game company, but they work with them. And I'm going to bring this up on the screen just so y'all can see it. Well, first, should we bring this one up?
I don't know. You sure they're not a teachers union?
I want to bring. No, they're not.
Oh,
This is their Twitter. You notice right now that it is protected.
yeah.
Narrative development and design, script writing, consultation, and more. Check out Battle Shaper, Spider-Man 2, and Alan Wake 2. These are games that they worked on, Jack.
Oh, okay. So not pedos.
Hold that thought.
Oh,
Here's their thing where even they're showing it. They're promoting what they have a hand in, right? You see this.
yeah. Uh-huh.
They're proud of it.
Yeah.
Well, they're upset right now
Oh no.
because somebody over on Steam started a curated list of games that these guys are involved with, saying stay away from them because their whole job, Jack, is to look at video games that are being made and tell them how to make them more diverse and inclusive. And these people who are so proud of their work, and they have it right there on their website. They're so proud of their work, they're mad that somebody's put together a list of all their work.
Why would they be mad about that?
That's a good question, isn't it? I mean, shouldn't you be thanking this person for being like, hey, look at all. Now, in fairness, it does say not recommended next to each of the games.
Pat said, so their job is to fuck up games.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
They worked on the what's the Batman one? It's not actual Batman, where Batman's dead and the Robin and Batgirl and them work together.
Oh, Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights, thank you. They also worked on Suicide Squad, Kill Batman, or whatever it's called.
Kill the Justice League, yeah.
That's it, thank you.
Yeah, they gotta get rid of the white guys. Might as well be called Kill Whitey.
They've had their hands in all of this, and they're like, how dare you tell people?
How dare you tell people about the sucky games we did?
You mean the shit that you're bragging about? I'm really curious why they're so mad. Gotham Knights was an okay game. Gotham Knights was fun. I had fun with it, but you can clearly see let's say the impact of groups like this.
The agenda people. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Nearly everything that unions claim to have done for their workers, they had nothing to do with.
True.
And only took credit for after the fact.
True.
Yeah, that's true. It's propaganda. They deserve less respect than the criminals picking up litter under an overpass. Yeah, I'm with you on that, because at least the people picking up trash are being productive and not stealing 25% of my pay.
We begin with an all-hands review and discussion of the project material. Everyone at Sweet Baby sees your project and shares their thoughts, feelings, and ideas. We do this because it kicks the project off with a multitude of perspectives, beginning a conversation that ensures the work is richer and more resonant before it's even put together. We then create and complete narrative deliverables by keeping the player in mind, with a focus on user experience and emotional design. We aim to consult with honesty, transparency, and a conversational approach to help find the best direction for your project.
That's a lot of gibberish.
That's their approach to it.
We're going to bully you into doing a bunch of commie nonsense.
We bring in diverse voices to solve diverse problems. Yeah. Sweet Baby Inc. provides narrative consultation at every stage of development, boasting a team of diverse talent with vetted industry experience to best bring your story to life. Yeah. They use the word diverse 3 different times in that.
You know, if I was like, that sounds like a black people problem, let me call my buddy Pat.
Right.
He called me a fucking racist.
Yeah, from now on, before I do anything, I'm going to reach out to your boy Pat and be like, hey, Pat, how should I handle this? As a white guy, I can't figure it out by myself. I need you to, how can I do this where I won't offend black people?
Yeah, this fucking disgusting. Sorry to use you as an example, Pat, but you're in chat. This Satsu wasn't. So there you go. Yeah, this is gross. This is gross. Just saying that only certain groups can address certain problems.
Yeah.
And we're going to consult with them, so you don't have to. Oh, so you're going to be a proxy racist? Like, oh, we need some information on Inuit cultures. Fuck Google. Let's go to the guy that we get, like Tuk Tuk over there in Alaska, and ask him about it. This is weird and creepy and stupid. I don't like this. This is
Boy, Pat says, just call me or Satsu. We'll school y'all's white ass. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
No, good.
Frosty Glass, thank you so much. Put a chick in it. Make her lame and gay. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's amazing how many of the stories. Now, there's a lot of the games that are shown on there I've never heard of. But the others, I mean, while the gameplay I've heard for Spider-Man 2 is good, the story is trash.
Yeah. Well, they got to add all this nonsense in there. Can't we just tell good stories? Why do they have to get so hung up on this shit all the time?
Can I also just point out how fucking weird it is that this is an industry? These people don't actually add anything of substance. All they do is, oh, you got to have a gay person in there. Oh, this one should be black.
It's a weird standardization. They're watering everything down so that you have to have the gay, you have to have a diverse cast. It's paint by numbers predictability. I'm telling you, man, if you presented how this shit works to a Klansman in like 1870, he would probably be like, we won.
Can I also point out they said that they're committed to transparency and they lock down their Twitter?
Well, they're not that committed.
You can't even see what they say.
I don't really want to see what these clowns say. But what is with the website page with the hypnotic spinning creepy logo thing?
I think that's a little too much truth in advertising, honestly. I think they're trying to hypnotize you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can I also point out how creepy it is? They named it Sweet Baby.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's like Sweet Baby Ink. I like ink out of sweet babies. That sounds like Nambla came up with this title. Where did you get this shit? That's creepy.
Well, here's their About Us. Founded in 2018, Sweet Baby Inc. is a narrative development and consultation studio based in Montreal and working around the globe. Our mission is to tell better, more empathetic stories while diversifying, enriching the video game industry. We aim to make games more engaging, fun, more meaningful, and more inclusive for everyone. For everyone? You're going to start putting Nazis in your game and showing them positively?
Apparently.
Just reminds me of Sweet Baby Ray's, the barbecue. There's a difference between Sweet Baby Ray's. I mean, that's a nickname for Ray compared to just calling yourselves Sweet Baby Inc. It's another Canada thing. Look how creepy their fucking little thing is. It's like a Teletubby with a swirly.
Yeah, it's like a 8-year-old designed this, except for the creepy hypno spinning things. That's weird and awkward and slightly uncomfortable. It's making me feel some kind of way, and I don't like it.
This is some weird shit. And the fact that they're so upset. If I made a whole bunch of products I was proud of, Jack, and somebody's like, here's these products they made, about, yeah, guys, that's the products we made. Go check them out. Instead, this person is trying to get the whoever, I don't know the name of the guy who's doing the curated list. They're trying to get him banned from Steam for it.
Oh, that's sick, man. Leave him alone.
They're calling it targeted harassment.
How is that targeted harassment? He might be trying to help promote you, you retards.
Look, it's clearly just to go, hey, these are games that suck, and these guys were all involved in these games that suck.
Well, yeah, but getting the guy banned for that, it's fucking childish.
There's nothing wrong with saying these games suck. You're allowed to have that opinion. That's not harassment. That is an opinion.
No, any opinion that hurts a feeling is targeted harassment, Monkey. You know this. You know how this nonsense censorship bull crap works now.
It's targeted opinions. Yes, that's a good way of putting it. But yeah, they locked that shit down tight, man. Like, no, you guys can't see that. We're Canadian and you were mean to us.
Yeah, we're going to get Trudeau on you.
It's about time you get this guy off of Steam. How about this? Get your bullshit out of our games.
No, Monkey, they have to have their fingers in everything. You don't deserve to have bigoted games.
What's the name of that new game? Hell Rising 2? Is that the name of it?
Oh.
The new game where you kill all the bugs. It's a shooter. People are loving it. You had even with a game like Baldur's Gate where there's clear inclusion crap in there. It's not like overwhelmingly in your face bullshit, which all of this other crap is. It's like they've lost the ability to understand subtlety.
No, people like this are incapable of subtlety because they think you're stupid and you have to have it spelled out for them.
Hell Divers. Thank you. Hell Divers.
Yeah, see, Monkey, if the audience wasn't so fucking racist and stupid, they wouldn't have to make it obvious because subtlety requires intelligence to understand. And
True.
They don't think you're capable of that because they are the pristine elite and you're just some scrub peasant who's like, oh, I understand how stuff works. Buttons are pretty. So they have to beat you over the head with it. It's just the way it is. It's not their fault that you're stupid.
I do wonder, and I probably already know the answer to this, but do you think Sweet Baby Inc. was made by a white woman?
Either a white woman or a fella that is into age play. If you don't say. A fan of the playground. That's
Kim Blair is the Bel Air. She is the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc.
Oh, well, right there. It's a woman runs it.
Oh, dude, you had to know that was. Oh no, she's not white. She's off white.
I just think the name evokes like some real pedo imagery. I don't know that they're pedos, but I have suspicions now.
I have suspicions myself. They named it Sweet Baby Inc. for God's sake. Yeah. Here's the CEO. Yeah, we're out there making video games suck so that you guys can feel included in the suck, I guess.
Yeah, we're not having fun, so no one can.
Subtlety and nuance are things of the past. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Everything is blatant and obvious. New media is beating understanding subtly out of people. Yeah, yeah. You're not wrong. Unfortunately. All right, what else we got going on today? I just love that
Yeah.
they're so proud of it until somebody else points out that they're involved in those things, and then it's like, how dare you?
You such a meanie, you bigot, tattling on us.
Do you know who Phil Godlewski is?
No, but I know who Keldrick is. Thank you, Keldrick. Do you really think Sweet Baby Inc.'s target audience can understand nuance or subtlety either? No, because they're the dumb ones. They're smart, dumb people. They're the smartest person in their group of stupid people, so they think they're genius and they think everybody else is as retarded as they are and their friends. Because normal people clearly aren't their target audience. I agree. Thank you, Keldrick.
This is Phil. And Phil, he claims to be a part of the QAnon thing, Jack, and he knows all the conspiracies. He also claims to be a government asset. He works in intelligence, don't you know?
Uh-huh. Sure he does.
Um,
Sure he does. Look at this guy.
he's a right-wing grifter who's made all of his money off of selling people on the idea of buying gold in a multi-level marketing scheme.
Oh dear God, why? You know, why would you run a Ponzi scheme these days? You're gonna get caught.
Because most people get away with it. I mean, a lot of people get away with these stupid multi-level marketing things. He's become very rich off of it, by the way. Because there's a whole bunch of Trump supporters out there who are like, he's just abused. But we got to talk about Phil for a minute, Jack. Because the multi-level marketing thing, is disgusting as it is, that he's ripping off old people, telling them to put their 401ks into gold so he can get 10% of their money and that they can try selling gold to their friends. That's not the worst thing with this guy. Jack, back in 2010, he was arrested. He was 25 years old at the time, and he was a baseball coach at the local high school. You want to guess what he was arrested for?
Dear God, something involving a teenager.
He was banging a 15-year-old.
Was it a boy or a girl?
It was a girl.
Oh, that's kind of surprising with that haircut.
He her boyfriend had killed himself, and he moved in on her.
Oh, let me cheer you up with my wiener.
Is he like that guy who ran AMTV? The guy from Conspiracy Theorist to Bitcoin Millionaire? Kind of, yes. Yes, because he sells the gold by telling you guys, look, the dollar's dying, and I can see it. Go buy gold.
I think people should have some precious metal investment, but you don't put all your money in one basket like that.
If you don't put now, this video right here is him showing off his car collection that he's gotten from, a multi-level marketing scam, Ponzi scheme. He's also very litigious. He sued the Scranton Times-Tribune for reporting about what he's done. And at the time, it was all, nobody knew it. But in that lawsuit, the discovery comes out.
Oopsie.
Whoopsie. Because he didn't go to jail for banging a minor. He ends up he doesn't even go to jail. He gets a 3-month at-home sentence. He got house arrest for 3 months for corrupting a minor.
Okay.
Yeah, which he claims, hey, I didn't really do anything. But
It
people
did if
are like,
you took that charge, because that's a plea deal one.
that is a plea deal. The girl involved told the authorities she wasn't going to work with them anymore. And that's why it all kind of goes away and he gets this slap on the wrist thing. Well, in this suit against the Scranton Times-Tribune, she filled out an affidavit. He's now suing her over it. Excuse me.
Of course he is.
She filled out an affidavit that said the reason that she decided to back away from the case is because this piece of shit on the screen here told her if she didn't do that, he was going to kill himself.
Which she's already gone through the trauma of one suicide and
Ding,
probably
ding,
feels some
ding.
guilt for that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But this guy is big in right-wing spheres, man. He's all over the place. If you, I didn't even know who he was until this came up, so I go looking into him. What a piece of shit. Corey Ludowski, you are a piece of shit. Now, she countersued him because in the
Good.
state of, in the state, she can sue him both for defamation and for physically abusing her as a 15-year-old. Now, Corey here will, not Corey, Phil here will tell you that one of the things that came out, Jack, was all the text messages between him and her, which he claims were fake. They're all fake. The text messages came from Verizon, not from the girl. They were subpoenaed. Thank you, Ministry of Wrongthink. What does corrupting a minor mean? Grooming? Well, the actual case, if you read the original charges against him, it was for having sex with a child. He plays it off with like it was just corrupting a minor with no sex. There was no sex. You know, except for in text, you talking about how much you enjoyed fucking her.
Yeah.
Your words, not mine, homie.
Corruption of a minor is generally defined as the criminal offense of inducing people below the age of consent to engage in sexual activity.
Well, at the time, there were 3 different levels of that in the Pennsylvania criminal code. They've since changed that one from a misdemeanor to a felony. If he had been busted just like 6 months later, he's catching a felony rap.
Yeah, and then he'd be doing some time.
And he'd be a registered sex offender like he should. You know, in chat, Pat says, you know, unlike leftists, we'll clean these people out. The problem is not him for some reason, and I don't understand why. This guy should be a social pariah.
It's the same thing with like the Krasensteins. Some people just can't accept reality and they'll keep following the because they don't want to admit they made a mistake in following somebody like this.
Yeah.
So they just lock on and double down. It's not as big of a problem in the right wing, but it's still an issue. You get just too many people that become tribal and say, no, I did make a mistake. This person is not as evil as I thought, as you think.
Thank you, Keldrick says, realistically, I know her trauma probably fucked her up too much to do this, but I would love to see her response to, I'm going to kill myself, be good. The trash takes itself out. Well, you have to realize, she was 15 and she didn't see a problem with this. She was willingly in this relation. It's kind of like when we talk about when boys get abused by women and people are like, oh, I mean, he didn't really care. She didn't care at the time. She was part of it, but that's because she's a 15-year-old girl and it's up to the adult to say no. He clearly preyed on her because she had, you know, issues. You're 25. What are you doing consoling her in any manner like that? You were the baseball coach. You weren't even her fucking teacher. You disgusting piece of shit. But yeah, if you guys see this guy, Phil Ludowski, there's a great Rumble video about him. I tweeted it out. I'll throw it into our chat for those of you who want to go see what a disgusting piece of shit this guy is. Thank you, JB. Well, YouTube doesn't like negative comments, no matter the person. Have to, Jack, please. Thank you so much.
Thanks, JB.
Let's grab that Rumble link real quick. Get that up. Oh, wait. Why is it saying video not found?
I blame older boys.
Uh-oh. Phil Godowski. I keep saying his name wrong. Godowski. G-O-D Lusky. Now I want to share this with you. He probably had it taken down because he's a douchebag. He just threatens to sue everybody, Jack.
Yeah, that works with a lot of people.
Yeah, we've known about this since 2022 is when it comes out. He's suing them, and the discovery leads to that, and it's been out there for a while, but he's still got tons of followers, man. Okay, I guess I can't share that video. Douchebag has had it taken down, apparently. Just look him up. Look him up. Godlewski. Godlewski. He is a piece of shit, and people on the right, stop following people who are bad just because they tell you things that you want to hear. It's all gonna crash down. Yeah. Hey, give me money because the economy is going to be destroyed. This gold is worth $500 right now. Didn't you just tell me that the dollar doesn't mean anything?
Can you spell his last name again?
Godlewski.
Thank you.
Godlewski. All right, let's go check out Matt Gaetz. We haven't seen Matt in a while. Not since he brought down McCarthy. Oh, speaking of bringing down, I meant to mention this earlier. It's not a big story, but Mitch McConnell is stepping down in his leadership role.
Yeah.
Which is still not good. He needs to step away from Congress. He shouldn't be in Congress at all. The guy keeps short-circuiting.
They gotta get an upgraded robot model.
Didn't tell the president that you had cancer, that you were being treated for cancer, or that the treatment for that cancer had gone wrong.
I thought it was all elective, is what we were told. JD, thank you. I'll let you get that in 1 second. Let me get this. Just thought of this. It is weird to use the word undesirable because of how it has been used. I've called maps that, but gotten strange looks, and have to Jack. Thank you. Is it weird to call or to say undesirables? No. Look, we have a problem in society where one asshole will say something and that becomes, hey, you can never say that again. That's a bad way to do things. But when it comes to maps, undesirable doesn't seem strong enough.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's asking about hey, you didn't even tell the president, your boss, that all this shit happened. Okay.
Because you saw it as personal and medical. And I think a lot of us have empathy for you in that regard.
Look, he didn't necessarily even have to tell Biden what was going on, but I have no empathy. I have empathy for his situation, Jack. He's got cancer.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's what he's talking about. He's building up to something else.
All right, I should let him talk, but seriously, the issue isn't that he had cancer. The issue is he didn't tell his boss he was going to be gone on a medical leave.
Now that you see how personal medical decisions are, will you call for the re-recruitment, restoration of full rank and back pay for the 8,600 service members who were vax mandated out of the military?
Good question. Who's he talking to? He's talking to Lloyd Austin, the Secretary of Defense.
No, I won't.
Now that the CDC says it's basically a cold, will you?
So on March 4th, 2021, you authored a memo. It was entitled Message to the Force. And in that memo, you said that there would be clear and swift accountability for anyone who didn't meet the highest standards of the Department of Defense. Now, however this worked out, we all acknowledge that what you did meet the highest standards, right? You made a mistake.
I admitted to.
Yeah, okay, so we got that. So then the question is.
So yeah, you made a mistake. By your own standard, you should have stepped down.
What becomes the clear and swift accountability? Now, you're not going to be discharged, right? No?
That's right.
Okay, you're not going to be suspended. You're not going to be demoted, and you're not going to have your pay cut. None of those things are going to happen to you, right?
That's right.
Okay, so You come here seeking some grace and some forgiveness. And I want you to know that one of the service members who you vax mandated out of the military sent me the parable of the unforgiving debtor. And it's in the book of Matthew, it's verses 21 to 35. The man fell down before his king and begged him, "Please be patient with me, and I will pay all the debt." Then his master, filled with pity for him, released him and forgave him of his debt. But when the man left the king, he went to a fellow servant who owed him a few $1,000s. He grabbed him by the throat and demanded payment. His fellow servant sat down and begged him for a little more time. "Be patient with me, and I will pay it," he pleaded. But his creditor would not wait. He had the man arrested and put in prison until the debt could be paid in full. When some of the
This is going somewhere, right?
We passed the interesting part. He's basically calling Austin a hypocrite.
Well, he is a hypocrite. Because-
Lloyd's just not getting it. He's not going to back down.
Well, he doesn't have to get it. He knows that. There's no accountability.
Yeah, the government officials are immune from accountability. They're like
And-
Teflon like that.
When it comes to this, I mean, Congress can admonish him, I guess, but the only person who can do anything to him is the president.
Yeah,
And he's never going to.
No, because the president's a doddering old fool who would probably keep him anyway if he had all his sack of marbles together.
Yeah. I don't even think because of what happened with Lloyd that those guys should be reinstated to their jobs. I think it's because what they did to him was wrong.
Yeah, but they're pointing out the hypocrisy here that the elite or the leadership is immune from the same rules. What he did was deceptive and it wasn't acceptable. So he should be held to the same standard that he held all these other people to.
She came for Trump. Now she's coming for your dinner. New York's Letitia James sues world's largest beef producer, JBS Foods, for false advertising, claiming it promises to be sustainable when the meat industry is a leading contributor to climate change. Oh, fuck off. Just want to remind you one more time, climate change is a commie hoax. Just saying. But the cows are farting. So the meat producer was accused of making misleading claims about its greenhouse gas emission goals. You're saying it lied about its goals. How can you prove that?
Shouldn't need to prove anything, monkey. She's just going to get her way. Right?
The lawsuit
Isn't this how
filed-
this works now?
Well, it seems to be, yeah. The lawsuit filed in state court in New York City Wednesday alleges that the company claimed it will achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2040. Now, did it say it was going to, or that it was going to try to reach net zero?
Even if they said it, it's not 2040 yet.
She's seeking. Oh, that's from that. The lawsuit cites a full page of JBS advertising in 2021 that includes a line: agriculture can be part of the climate solution. Bacon, chicken wings, and steak with net zero emissions. It's possible. Yeah, but they didn't say it did. They said it's possible.
Possible means likely, right? Or definitely. That's what words mean now.
When companies falsely advertise their commitment to sustainability, they are misleading consumers and endangering our planet. Fuck off. The planet's fine.
Yeah, who made you the district attorney for the entire planet?
James is asking the court to require JBS USA to end its net zero by 2040 campaign. I'm actually okay with that part of it. End that shit. It's stupid. And also to return profits traceable to its fraudulent, deceptive, or illegal acts. It also seeks civil penalties of up to $5,000 per violation to be determined at trial. How do you prove Okay, the kind of people who are, it's all right. It's the largest beef producer in the country, it said, right?
Yeah.
How many people were like, I'm going to make sure I only get JBS meat? That's such a hard thing to prove.
Well, it's New York, and she gets to pick the jury members. So you
And
just find a bunch of socially aware people.
return profits. Do you think that means that they're going to be giving checks to people who bought this stuff?
No, they're going to give it to the government, probably of New York.
Yep.
And this is one of the largest beef producers in the world. It's literally like the top 3. So that's a lot of money.
If Donald Trump is made to pay the whatever 300 billion it is that New York supposedly thinks he owes, is that going to the banks he supposedly defrauded?
No, they're not getting a penny.
Is it going to anybody that was harmed by the supposed action?
The people of New York who were deceived.
It's going to the government.
Like, New York has a big budget shortfall. They got all these illegals. Rich people are fleeing in droves. They need the money.
They do. And if you guys have a business in New York, get it the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I would. I'd try and get out of the whole state, not just
Hell
the
yeah.
city.
There's no good reason to be in New York. Delaware's another one. Get the fuck out of there. What they just did to Elon Musk is retarded.
I don't know how they pulled that shit off, and now the lawyers are looking for billions of dollars in pay.
Yeah, we didn't, I don't know if we talked about that story at all, but Elon Musk was sued by a person with a stake in Tesla.
Yeah, they own 9 shares.
9 shares of Tesla, and they sued him for his compensation package, saying it was ridiculous. He got too much money, and a judge ordered that $56 billion be returned. And the lawyers want something like $6 billion or something like that out of it.
Yeah.
All of his stuff was contingent on hitting sales goals.
Yeah.
Sales goals that when the whole thing was laid out that this is his compensation package, people were like, there's no way they're going to do that. There's just no way. And they did it anyway, so he got the payout. And this little shitbag who had 9 shares, his vote wouldn't mean anything at a shareholders meeting. And he was allowed to sue, and that's probably going to be overturned.
I would hope so, but we'll see. The way things are these days with the courts, I just don't know anymore.
Well, hell, look at the one with Trump. I mean, it wasn't even a question of whether or not he did it. The judge just came out and went, yep, he did it. Now let's find out how much money he owes.
Did you see O'Keefe's video on the judge creeping on chicks at the gym?
No, but I'm not shocked. That dude is a weird looking motherfucker. I wouldn't let my children, I'm not even alone with him, not even in the same room with him, even if I'm there.
Yeah, that dude, he looks so skeevy. I don't know. He just looks creepy.
Looks like Trump and Musk were right. CEOs need to get the fuck out of New York, Delaware, Colorado, Washington, California, Oregon, the entire West Coast. Just pull out. New Jersey, probably New England as well. Just get out of New England, New York, or New England, the West Coast, and probably Michigan, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Minnesota, wrong thing. Thank you. It's all hackery and lawfare. Yeah.
Yeah, they found a new weapon they can use against their enemies. And lawfare is exceptionally dangerous because they can put you in jail.
Yeah, this stuff is insane that they're doing. Yeah. And it's one of those things, it's not going to stop until the people who are doing it, that it's used against them.
Yeah.
And I'm not advocating for that. I want it to just stop, but it won't until then. It's kind of like alimony, man. It didn't stop until women started having to pay it.
It's kind of like the French Revolution. I mean, yes.
And it's going to come for them because things move a lot faster these days, Jack.
And the tide always turns at some point. It's just a matter of when.
Well, all they got to do is have a DA who gets in there in any place and just start going after liberals.
Yeah, they'll use the these cases as precedent to go after their enemies.
I mean, there's an old saying in law that Americans break a dozen laws every day without knowing it because we have so many ridiculous laws out there.
Yep, we have too many stupid rules.
And so, yeah, at any point, yeah, we can go after him for it. Anyway, Justice Minister defends House arrest power for people feared to commit a hate crime in future. What?
This is Canada.
House arrest for people who might commit a hate crime.
Yeah, well, they might be thinking about a crime, so they want to be able to lock you up for that. And your negative thoughts, you fucking degenerate, you evildoer.
Justice Minister Arif Varini has defended a new power in the online harms bill to impose house arrest on someone who is feared to commit a hate crime in the future, even if they haven't done so. The person could be made to wear an electronic tag if the Attorney General requests it, or ordered by a judge to remain at home. Wow. Mr. Varani, who's the Attorney General, as well as the Justice Minister, said it's important that any peace bond be calibrated carefully, saying it would have to meet a high threshold to apply.
Yeah,
But
right.
But he said the new power, which would require the Attorney General's approval, as well as a judge's, could prove very, very important to restrain the behavior of someone with a track record of hateful behavior who may be targeting certain groups or people. It says groups or people. What's his name? Arif, go fuck yourself, man. You're a piece of shit. Canadians, what's wrong with you guys?
Well, they've got Justin Castro there, and he has a father to live up to. Because this is absolutely third world dictator politics right here. Oh, you might commit a crime. We're locking you up.
Russell, it's your birthday. This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Russell. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I hope you have a good one. I really, really do. It's not my birthday.
It will be next month.
Next month. The end of next month.
Yeah.
It's almost 2 months away still. We have 4 family birthdays, counting mine, between now and then.
I think we have 3.
All right. Fuck this guy, man. How dare you? You said something mean, so you might be a bad person. Go fuck yourself. And I'm sorry, I don't believe any of these people anymore. Hey, we're going to put powerful things into effect. We're going to make sure that this isn't abused.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might start out that way for like a short period of time, but they always dial those back so they can use it a little more liberally, and then it gets completely out of control. It happens every time because the government cannot stop themselves.
MSNBC legal analyst says First Amendment makes U.S. vulnerable, calls for common sense speech restrictions. Oh, look, it's a chick. MSNBC legal analyst Barbara McQuaid argued Monday that the United States' deep commitment to free speech makes Americans uniquely susceptible to disinformation campaigns.
You're all dumb. That's what she's saying.
McQuaid, a University of Michigan law professor, went on the Rachel Maddow show to promote her new book, The Attack from Within: How Disinformation is Sabotaging America.
It's all about the sabotage.
You went on MSNBC to talk about how misinformation is sabotaging America.
Yes.
Irony is not a strong enough word. She said her goal with the book was to spark a national conversation about truth and our commitment to it. I hope that by dissecting it, explaining it, and educating the public, we can all see disinformation for what it is so that we can begin to push back against it. Go fuck yourself. I'm tired of people coming after free speech over this disinformation bullshit. Several of the people that I follow, and I don't want to say harass, but give shit are these people. I'm a disinformation expert. Well, what makes you an expert? I went to school for English and then I got on Twitter.
Or communications or
Yeah.
physical therapy or something. It doesn't matter. These people are fucking idiots. Like, I don't want you saying mean things or things that I find offensive. You're special.
Disinformation's a real thing. I mean, going around just the other day, there was a video purportedly from the Fannie Willis trial about this phone with Gorilla Grip Pussy Pal is what the name of the phone was.
Yeah.
Except it's not from the Fannie Willis trial. It's from the Rust trial. The one Armorer is on trial right now. Rust the movie, not the video game, guys. And her phone was apparently named Gorilla Grip Pussy Pal. So disinformation is a real thing. I saw tons of people share that around, and it's really easy to check that. Yeah, it didn't come from the Willis trial. So sure, yeah, there's disinformation. All you got to do is, a minute of research.
What? Do your own research. You don't have a lab.
I know, right? Yeah, it took me less than a minute to find it.
Remember, doing your own research is a problem too.
It is so great watching that guy try to say it. You know what? I think I have that video. I wonder if the person corrected their tweet, because if they didn't, I'll have to look it up a different way. Richard Lewis died. It sucks. Him playing Prince John in Robin Hood Men in Tights was awesome.
Yeah.
No, don't care about that one. I really want. Oh, here it is. But yeah, several people were sharing this around saying it was from the Fannie Willis trial. It's not. It's from the Rust trial. I just want to see it because it's funny as hell. Thank you, JB. Can't figure out what is wrong with message, so I'll just post it in chat. What'd you said? All right, so this is from an actual court case.
928-444, which is 928-444-3555.
What's the owner name of this phone?
The name that would appear on, say, a Bluetooth device is found on line 32.
He really does not want to say this in open court.
Well, I don't blame him. He's sitting there wearing a tie, looking all professional, and they're going to make him say something raunchy.
Plague Tracker says, what the fuck? He wasn't that old. He was in his 70s, and what was it, Parkinson's he was dealing with? Or
oh, damn.
I forget what it was. He quit comedy last year because of health problems. So, yeah. Anyway, here it comes, y'all.
Which is Gorilla Grip Pussy Pal.
Okay.
Gorilla Grip. That's a little too strong for me, Jack.
It makes me wonder where her phone was kept on her body.
Right?
You're nasty.
JB, what are you trying to talk about? Apparently it's not letting him say shit. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And I thought I was cringe because my Bluetooth device are all named after One Piece characters. I'm gonna start naming all my shit Gorilla Grip Pussy Pal. Just in case I ever end up in court and they have to read it. Better or worse than 4 Doors More Horse? It is 100% better. Gorilla Grip Pussy Pal. We're going to wrap up there. We're at the 2-hour mark. And I got a day to get on with, Jack.
What? You're going to do stuff?
I'm going to try to.
Weirdo.
Sunday night, I do not know if we'll be doing a show. I will be out of town Sunday. I might be out of town overnight Sunday.
Oh.
So, or we might just get back really late And if we're back too late, I'll probably just crawl into bed. But as of right now, don't be shocked if there's not one Sunday. We will be back tonight. So hopefully we'll have a decent time on that one. I'm not your pussy pal guy. I'm not your guy, friend.
I'm not your butthole buddy. Wait, what?
Tier wants to know if he can get his birthday song today. Absolutely. Tier, this one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday
to you.
To you.
Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
Happy birthday,
Happy
to
birthday, dear
Alexander.
Alexander.
Happy
Gentleman
birthday.
legend. Happy birthday. To
Happy
you.
birthday, sir. Enjoy it. I really, really hope you do. Do you turn on likes to get super chats? Or how do you turn on likes to the super chats? I didn't do anything. It's just how it's
Just
set.
shows up. Could you toss the link to the pussy grip video into chat?
Yeah, I gotta open it back up here.
Frosty.
But guys, thanks so much for coming and hanging out with us today. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are so awesome. Remember, the fundraiser's is over. So don't donate for that anymore. Just donate to me and Jack. Normal.
Yeah, it just gives us money.
All right. Whoops. There you go on YouTube if you want to go watch that video. There is a longer version of it that you can find on YouTube if you look up. I think I looked up the Rust trial. But yeah, you can find it on there. Jack, anything you want to chill out?
I'll drop a link to a video. As always, thank you so much for the donations. You guys are awesome. We appreciate all the support you guys give us. And you're beautiful people. Never forget that. Yeah.
All right. With that, guys, we're going to wrap up. Jack, thanks for hanging out.
Oh, always glad to be here.
Everybody, take care of yourselves. We love you. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, everybody.
I'm kind of hungry, so I'm going to eat. I'm not horny, so I'm not going to.